Police are hunting for at least 2 gunmen after a 15-year-old girl was hit waiting at a bus stop. Officers believe the offenders may have fled the scene in Toxteth, Liverpool, on electric bikes. Merseyside police cordoned off the area a short time later and the schoolgirl was rushed to hospital in a serious condition. Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Kameen said that is an absolute miracle and a credit to the NHS that the victim survived. She has a gunshot wound to her upper body and is now described as serious but stable. He urged anybody to come forward with any information they have that can identify those responsible for the cowardly attack. Police at a scene in Toxteth, Image, Liverpool Echo. Neighbors said people rushed around to help the teenager and one even ran to give the girl a scarf to stop the bleeding. The neighbor, a mum of 2, said, "I heard about 4 loud bangs from in the house. I asked my friend who just came round if she heard it, and she said no. Next thing I know there's police and ambulance everywhere and somebody saying a schoolgirl was shot outside. My neighbor said she gave her scarf to tie around her and stop the bleeding. Nothing like this happens around here. It's terrifying when it's right on your doorstep." Around a dozen police cars, 2 police vans and 2 ambulance vehicles were at the scene, followed by 3 forensics vehicles a short time later. Forensics officers were seen focusing their investigations within the bus stop and in the road on the corner of Gwent Street. Forensic investigators at the scene of a shooting in Toxteth, Liverpool, Image, PA. Another resident, who has lived in the area his whole life, said they heard 3 loud bangs just after 5 p.m. They said, "I went over because I saw a girl collapsed on the floor. A lot of people were there and said she was okay, so I went back inside. When I came back out, police were everywhere, and that's when I put 2 and 2 together." The dad said the street is a lot quieter than it used to be, and he was disgusted when he heard what happened. He added, "It's absolutely disgusting what has happened here this evening. To think a child was in the middle of all this. I hope she's okay." In a statement, a spokesperson for Merseyside Police said, "We can confirm that officers are this evening, Tuesday the 1st of March, at the scene of an injury. Shooting in Toxteth. Forensic investigators at the scene, Image, PA. We were contacted at 5:10 p.m. following reports that shots had been fired on Upper Warwick Street and that a teenage girl had been injured. Inquiries are being carried out to establish if the 2 injuries are linked. An investigation is underway and house to house, forensic and CCTV inquiries are being carried out in the local area. A number of roads in the area have been sealed off as inquiries continue." Chief Inspector Colonel Rooney said, "The investigation is in the very early stages as we seek to establish what has taken place and who was involved. While I understand this is a shocking incident for the local community, we have a large police presence in the area carrying out a number of lines of enquiry, and I would encourage people to come forward and tell us what they know." Police at a scene on Upper Warwick Street, Image, Liverpool Echo. "I would ask anyone who was in the area of Upper Warwick Street around 5:10 p.m. this evening who saw or heard anything suspicious or thinks they have captured anything significant on their mobile phone, dashcam or ring doorbell to contact us as a matter of urgency. There is no room for guns on the streets of Merseyside, and we will do everything we can to find the person or people responsible for this incident and bring them to justice. Anyone with information is asked to call police on 101. A 21-year-old man from Toxteth has been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. A second man in his 60s has been arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender.